A company invests millions in a complete digital overhaul. They launch a beautiful, award-winning interface designed to win over every user. But instead of growth, sales start collapsing. Then there's the inverse, a company that aggressively engineers its internal supply chain for maximum speed. On paper, they are faster than ever, but their customer satisfaction scores are bottoming out. Why does this happen? Why do massive investments in optimization so often result in a worse experience for the people paying the bills? The cause is often a split in perspective. Business leaders frequently treat the visible customer journey and the invisible internal operations as two entirely separate, isolated worlds. Because they see them as separate, they try to polish the front end with branding and design, while simultaneously pushing the back end to move faster and cheaper, without checking if the two are actually aligned. Without communication between these two halves, the company can end up perfectly optimizing itself for a disaster, steering blindly into operational storms because one side of the business doesn't know where the other side is heading. To prevent these failures, you have to look past the surface-level symptoms and analyze the interconnected, hidden anatomy of the entire system. We can visualize this system using a mechanical schematic. Imagine your business as a duck on a pond, divided right at the waterline. The top half, layer 1, is the surface. This is the customer journey. It's the only part of the organization the consumer ever sees. Optimizing only this layer is like putting a decorative bow on the duck's feathers. It's a cosmetic fix. That movement happens at layer 2, below the surface. These mechanical legs are your internal operations. In many companies, these legs are ordered to work faster and more efficiently, but the employees operating them are often kept blind to the surface-level journey they drive. Now, this lack of visibility is incredibly dangerous. You can have a perfectly efficient internal engine that is accidentally steering a beautifully designed brand straight into an obstacle. To solve this, you need a feedback loop between the surface and the subsurface. This allows the internal team to make the constant micro-adjustments needed to keep the customer journey on the right path. Alignment requires managing these as one system. The internal work and the customer touchpoints have to be mapped together to understand how they drive each other. But even a perfectly aligned machine can fail if we ignore the environment surrounding it. Layer 3 is the water. It doesn't matter how well designed the duct systems are, if the water it swims in is toxic, the system will eventually fail. In a business, the water is the culture. It is the combination of your vision, your metrics, your targets, and your leadership. This environment sets the rules for what is possible. If your metrics are misaligned or your leadership is toxic, it will eventually choke out your operational efficiency and degrade your customer experience. Culture is the foundational environment of the business. It determines whether any strategic alignment has the chance to survive in the long term. When you view a business this way, the goal changes from fixing problems to managing an entire system. High-performing organizations stop treating customer journeys and process improvements as separate projects led by separate departments. Instead, they manage all three layers, interface, engine, and environment, as a single ecosystem. Internal operational capacity sets the ceiling for the customer experience, and surrounding culture determines the behavior of those operations. One layer informs the next. The next time a major initiative fails to produce results, don't just look for a cosmetic fix on the surface. Success requires looking deeper. It means asking if your internal processes are steering you in the right direction, and if your culture is providing an environment where that success can actually breathe.